Welcome back to the latest episode of Beyond the Brand by Not Just Marketing Cell of NMIMS Mumbai. I'm Sonali Maheshwari and I'm very happy and excited to host Samir Srivastav sir, the visionary CEO of India's luxurious salon chain, Lux Salon. He has led some powerhouses brands such as Claude, VLCC, Kaya Skin Clinic and the FMCG giant Marico. As the founding member of the Beauty Association of India and the Government of India and contributing to the Government of India's beauty skill development mission,
Correct.
He has not just been shaping businesses, he has been stepping stone, he has been building these brands and shaping the future of beauty sector in India. Welcome to the show, sir. We are very
Thank you
happy
very
to
much.
have
I'm
you.
very happy to be here so soon. I didn't expect students would love the interaction so much, and I'm so happy coming back on campus.
Wonderful, yes sir, we honestly did. So sir, since you have such powerful brands in your hat, you have VLCC, Kaya, you have Marico, I really want to understand what each brand has taught you and how it has helped you to shape as a leader.
Well, I think first of all the brands that you mentioned, I think they have been behind whatever professional achievements and successes I've had. So I owe a lot of them to all my colleagues, former colleagues, my current colleagues. There will be no future colleagues. This is where the innings comes to an end.
Okay.
I'm very committed to building Lux as a company forward from what the promoters have done so wonderfully. It's a 36-year-old brand started by Sanjay Datta and his family from North India, and they've been the powerhouse behind this brand. But as things are, that as we build the next growth phase for this lovely brand, I decided to join them 2.5 years ago, and building new markets like Bombay for them, because primarily a North Indian brand, and then newer geographies and exciting new ventures, whatever's coming our way. So that's the latest all about Lux. Yes, Lux is one of the largest luxury chains as far as India is concerned. 36 years, 250th Salon coming up very soon. 54 cities, and during the course of the conversation we'll tell you what exactly is the power behind tier 1 and tier 2.
Right.
The way Lux has seen it, the way we have seen it. My previous assignment was with a French company called Claude Biguine, again a very international, it's a French company, and we were running the India franchise. It was a very boutique specialized business, very prestige, very premium. So obviously restricted to Bombay and the South Bombay and the parts of North Bombay, not really going beyond that, and Bangalore. These were the two cities that we had ventured into. But that was my first learning of handling a beautiful luxury brand. And before that, I ran a services brand called Kaya, which was part of Marico, which is where the fundamentals of business I learned, and I will always owe that to Marico for whatever they have made me today. Fundamentals of FMCG can never be taken out from me.
Right.
And I think I've suitably applied those as far as the business philosophies of the services industry is concerned. So overall, I think it's been 25 years of exciting work in the beauty space. FMCG has been my fundamental, and I've learned everything from there. And from there, I've applied parts of it to the new beauty business that I learned.
Wonderful, wonderful. And so if you were to pick a favorite of all the brands you've worked with?
There's no favorite. I think everyone has been, but yes, of course, the fundamentals will always be very strong because Marico has been, so I don't want to take a chance between all the three brands, but Marico, yes, and today Lux, definitely. I'm very, very fond of both these brands. Of course, the other three brands that I work for have also been very strong pillars for my growth. But I think my current heartthrob is Lux, and it's going to remain this for a long time.
Of course.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay. So since you mentioned how crucial FMCG has been as a part of your career, can you guide us a little more about what insights from FMCG, what particular learnings could you take from there, and dwell those into the beauty and wellness sector that you currently are a part of?
See, FMCG during my time, at least 25 years ago, was very different.
Right.
It was a hard worked market brand. You used to travel to across Bombay, across to all the localities,
Right.
working with your stockists, with your area managers, with your sales representative, working
Right.
and meeting the retailer, having the distributor involved, putting up posters in the shop and stuff like that. Very, very strong. It's a very hard-working business. Every day, like clockwork, 9 o'clock we'll leave and 3 o'clock we'll come back.
Right.
6 days a week.
Right.
So I think I've learned like any business, one has to work extremely hard. But I think what really taught us is that distribution is the game of any business, and I've
Wonderful,
applied
yes.
that when I ran an international business of Kaya in Middle East. We realized that expansion of a services business. So I applied the fundamentals of distribution expansion and took it to the smaller cities. So when we mapped UAE as a market, we realized that there are smaller cities. So we went into the smaller cities, and the smaller cities again got us further smaller cities. So that's the fundamental of distribution expansion of FMCG, which we learned and applied it very well. And I think the other thing is the whole crux of people management, because the stockist,
Right.
the retailer, the shopkeeper, of course you had power brands like Parachute, which is the powerhouse of Marico.
Marico.
But at the same time, fighting large companies, competitive companies, multinational companies like Unilever, etc., has given us a lot of confidence for Indian companies to take on multinational companies. And that's given us, it's a David versus Goliath situation. But we've always realized that one doesn't have to worry about the size. If you've got your brand mix right, if you've got your fundamentals good and the right place, it doesn't matter how small you are or how large you are. You can always strive to become, you can definitely gain a good market share by working on the fundamentals of business. So I keep coming back to everyone and telling them that your fundamentals, which you learn in business school, or which you learn in summer training, or when you learn in the initial years, is extremely important. And I would urge everybody in this space, in the student space, to do a stint with FMCG.
Right.
You know, before you really go into marketing or you go into
Okay.
brand management. But sales management of FMCG is very, very essential
Essential,
for a
right.
successful leader in you to become.
Wonderful. Okay. So switching gears to beauty industry,
Yeah.
I really want to understand how, since you've been a part of this industry for quite long,
Yes.
right? So I want to understand how has this industry transformed over the last 20, 30 years? What are the new age trends coming up, and how have you as a person seen it evolve as well during your career?
Well, I think the last, I'll break it up into two phases.
Sure.
You know, India as a market, I came back to India. I was running international business. I came back in 2012 to India, which is almost about 13 years ago. And that was at an inflection point as far as beauty business is concerned. So beauty can be split into services and beauty can be split into products.
Products.
So I'll take the product side. So products was always there. Indian beauty products were there, good. But we always aspire, consumers always aspire to go and buy international products. So if I were to
Right.
travel to Dubai or if I were to travel to Singapore, I would pick up cosmetics and then
Right.
bring them and start using them. The well-traveled and the affluent people would travel to markets like London or America and to Europe and pick up whatever is popular. Instagram, social media was not that prevalent 12, 13, 14 years
Correct,
ago.
correct.
So my reach was only when I traveled and I would go to Harrods in London, or I would go to a Saks or a Macy's in New York, and or a Galeries Lafayette or a Sephora in Paris, and I would go and see what is trending, or I would read in magazines and print and see what are international brands. I would buy those products. But I think the real boom happened in India when aspiration came into humans. Came into Indians,
Interesting.
and that aspiration, when it took off to a very large level. Large disposable incomes came into play. The middle class was very affluent. People started realizing to spend money on themselves, and I think COVID was a big turning point, because those 4 or 5 months of shutdown gave people time to look within themselves, to look at themselves, whether it was inner beauty or outer beauty. And I think I've seen a explosion of beauty after COVID. Of course,
Right.
it was always rising,
Correct.
followed by e-commerce, Q-commerce. Today, I mean, I'm amazed to see what Q-commerce is doing for premium brands. It's not that mass Indian brands are on
Exactly.
Q-commerce. I mean, prestige brands like Estee Lauder are being sold on Q-commerce. It amazes me that how smaller pack sizes, prestige brands are reaching out to, some masses and in smaller pin codes also. So I think this whole, aspiration part, which has become the biggest game changer.
Okay.
I think India was also always affluent, but suddenly I realized that I want to spend money on myself. I want to pamper myself, and that gave us further opportunities. And of course, the biggest thing which has been a game changer has been Instagram and social media. Not Instagram, but I think social media. Before earlier it was Facebook, now it is Instagram. And suddenly the whole peer pressure of looking good on Facebook or on Instagram, I want my hair to be looking good, I'm copying what my neighbor is doing, I want nice nails, I started going to a salon, I've started using products. All that sum total has become a big turning point as far as the Indian beauty market is concerned. I think Indians have also realized that it's not just having great mental skills, but also outer beauty has also become a very important part of it. And of course, lastly, I mean, such a large middle class and such a large population, youth population that we have. So I think we are at a very, very healthy point as far as the overall globe is concerned for beauty, and that's why you see so many brands coming into India. Because Europe, we know the limited population, we know what America is going through, we know what Korea is all about. But I think all the brands which are entering India and are still to come. I mean, I sit as an advising body to Cosmoprof. I go there every year, which is our largest B2B exhibition in the world. And I meet so many people who are still evaluating entry into India. So we've just seen maybe 20-30% of what lies ahead.
So you're saying a lot of growth potential is
there.
Oh,
definitely. I think look at the young people which is there, such a large population and such a population who's wanting to spend money on themselves.
Correct.
You know?
Great purchasing
Grooming, purchasing power. We've got a salon right next to your campus, and we see every day, Monday to Friday, we see so many students coming in, hostelites from all over India, coming in, spending money on the haircuts, girls coming in, doing their hair wash, whether it's before a date or whether it's for a presentation. All this is a result of the aspiration in Indians which is coming alive now.
Right.
Yeah.
Wonderful. All right. So till now we have seen how well this industry has the potential to grow, how it has transformed a lot over the past 20-30 years. Now, as far as I've read, I understand that you have a very ambitious target of expanding at a great trajectory. To say, I think you're targeting 500 looks by 2029.
500 is definite, but 2029 is a little.
All right. So we have some tweaks there.
We have to revisit that.
Correct.
But yes, 500 is a sure shot.
Sure.
That's the vision of the management team, which includes the promoter, Mr. Sanjay.
I think you mentioned you're at
250. So
currently.
we've got a double.
Okay, so doubling the looks is what you're aiming at. Again, a very ambitious target, considering how competitive this industry is as well, right?
Yeah.
So I really want to understand. First, what's your roadmap? How does it look like? And second, that since this industry is so competitive, because we have so many salons offering services, destructing the market by offering services at such a lower price, right?
Correct.
So how are you planning to do it? What's your roadmap looking like?
I think we are very clear, like I said earlier in our conversation, that Lux is primarily a brand from North India, and out of the 250 salons, almost about 160 salons are in North India.
Correct.
So which shows you that rest of the India, which is three parts, East, West and South, are hardly penetrated. And for certain reasons, because the brand has been a family promoted brand through North.
Right.
And we ventured out, we planted beachheads in South, we've done something in West, we've done something. East is a very big market for us after I would say North. But the three largest geographies are wide open. South, we just have Bangalore. It's a very heartwarming response to the consumer, to the business in Bangalore. Again, because there's a lot of cosmopolitan people living in Bangalore. Hyderabad, we've not entered. Chennai, we've not entered. Kerala, we are yet to enter. So I think the whole East market is open for us. Bombay, we are now turning around in the last 2.5 years. Customer response has been very good. Workforce has been very encouraging, and the results are that's why we've grown from 3 to 10. By the end of the year, we'll have 10, which again shows you that Bombay itself has an appetite for at least 20 more, if not more.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. Also, Other than Bombay, look at West. Pune, we've got 3. We should be doing at least 15 there. You know, Nagpur, all these cities, Aurangabad, all the markets which are there in Maharashtra. Then you go into Gujarat. Gujarat, we have 2 salons one salon in Ahmedabad, one in Surat. Again, the response has been very encouraging. So what we've done is that we've just planted in marketing, you call them beachheads.
Right.
We apply them and we get early signals from them. Signals are encouraging. So now is the time for us to go and double, triple, expand into 10 salons in Ahmedabad, 5 salons in Surat and so on and so. And also go into newer states where we haven't entered. However, what one has to be cautious, and I am very cautious about that, is that, you know, expansion should not be just without a plan. Because today business is very expensive. You cannot be in doing any business without looking at the economics carefully. And whether it's your money or it's your franchise partner's money. So we will do growth. Of course, we will do a very calibrated growth. 500 is the number we definitely aspire between the promoter family and the management team. We will definitely achieve that. But like I said, 2029 is a little, we've got to revisit that.
Target, right.
Also, the second part of your question is that yes, it's a competitive field, very competitive, and I think it's good. But primarily, the whole salon industry has been a mom and pop industry. So it's not highly organized, unlike a couple of companies which are there, and Lux is one of them. But primarily, it's a lot of regional players that we see. So some chains which are very strong in South India, some chains are very strong in East India, but they haven't ventured out of Pan India to other locations and stuff like this. Competition is always good. I think there will be a disruption in this space. There will be some kind of consolidation, which I'm sure to happen. Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to see that. Of course, it's not going to be in the hands of 4 or 5 players.
Right.
But as the economics of the business change, cost of doing business keeps on increasing. The consumer also matures. She also wants to go to an expert place.
Right.
And it's not easy to run salon businesses on its own. It might look very simple.
Right.
People venture into it independently. But for a creative person like a hairdresser, it's not very easy to get into the commercial management of it.
Okay.
So you require that business sense, you require that business management teams to help you build scale. And running 2-3 salons is really not the name of the game. You know, you cannot make profits, you cannot make a good brand unless you have less than 50 salons.
Right.
So I personally feel that there is space for everyone. As Indians aspire and as Indians continue to spend more on the grooming space, and as they grow up in the chain, they will move from smaller salons into branded salons, into salons which offer expertise. And that's how human life is all about. So you start from a Maruti and then you graduate to buying a BMW or something. And I see that same thing happening. But it's a very, very large market. I mean, look at Bombay itself. Like I said, if it's by 20, we can even look at another 30 salons. But very calibrated, planned growth, looking at opportunities, not just going into the FOMO bit. If a brand is there, if a competitor is there, I also have to be there. No.
Correct.
That is something I've been very careful about, and it's important to do that. You don't have to follow the herd. I'm not saying that you don't look at opportunities, and this is my advice to everybody. Whatever segment you're going to be working in, do not come into the FOMO bit, because FOMO is very, very damaging.
Right.
Evaluate opportunities. If something is to let go of it. I've let go.
Right.
Because my brand is at a very different stage, at a very different position today.
Right.
You can't be just, cost of business is very high now, it's rapidly increasing.
Right, fair.
So one has to be careful. You cannot have, and there has to be some process in the business. You can't over-engineer it, because it's primarily a mom and pop and a creative business.
Right.
But at the same time, you can't do business without any plan of action.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So I am really curious.
Sure.
I have just this question that since you're already trying to reach out to different cities, you're trying to make a presence there, and I'm sure that it will also include a lot of tier 2 cities,
Yes.
right? Now, how do you ensure that, since Lux is a premium, a luxury salon, how do you ensure that the services that are, let's say, offered at JW Marriott are at the same capacity at, say, a Lux in Aurangabad, as you mentioned,
Yes.
or let's say Chandigarh for that matter? So how does one ensure that there's no dilution of brand equity? Since looks is positioned in a certain way.
Yeah.
So how do you do
So I think
that?
that's a very smart question you asked. See what happens, and I keep saying this to people, is that unlike a food product business or a apparel business or a shoe business, where the product is the hero, here the biggest currency in our business is the human, the guy
Correct.
who cuts hair,
Exactly.
or the girl who does the beauty services, or the person who manages it. So you can never get 10 on 10. Let me get you right. Let me tell that upfront. Anybody who's saying that all my franchisees, everybody is doing 10 on 10 is bullshitting you, is not right. You have to look at first the due diligence as far as the partner is concerned. And you have to not necessarily chase the location, but you have to chase the right partner. Because the right partner in Chandigarh will ensure that you get the right location. He is my eyes and ears on the ground.
Wonderful,
I don't have an
right.
understanding of Chandigarh. I don't have an understanding of Bhubaneswar. I don't have an understanding of Calcutta. I don't have an understanding, and it can never happen.
Right.
But the choice of the partners, and some looks has some excellent partners wherever they are, whether they are in Lucknow, and particular where they are, we've got some excellent partnerships going in Orissa, some very good partnerships in states like Bihar, Maharashtra. So I believe that it is the right choice of partners and the due diligence one has to do in far as partner selection is concerned. And then training and working along with the partner. The second important thing is the team which works in the flow. So team responsibility is on looks. Right. Identifying the talent, coaching the talent, training the talent, and then giving it to the franchise to run the operations. Third thing is, and I was there in Pune day before yesterday, I had taken a creative artist from Bombay, international director, and the operation manager. Both of them were in Pune day before yesterday, spent about 5-6 hours training the whole team there. So training will have to be compulsory done every month on month.
Right.
So the key resources from your corporate side, which is Bombay or Delhi, have to travel once a month to the locations.
To the
and to work along, and not only to work but also create visibility, but also try to put in and create processes.
Right.
Of course, you can't over-engineer, but like I said, two big things. One is the choice of the partner. The second is that continuous coaching and mentoring of the operations of that small town. And if you can get 8 out of 10, I think it's wonderful score.
Okay,
Yeah.
Wonderful, makes sense. So you're saying that we might not achieve 100% results from all the franchises, considering how divided we are in terms of geography or human resources, but a decent opting of partner would do well.
I personally think so, because see, controls are very important. Like what we've done is all the company operations are directly under the promoter family and my control.
Right.
So at Delhi, Mr. Sanjay Datta and his family take care, and the management team takes care of Delhi operations, because it's at a very high level of maturity. Bombay, which is we're just entering into a serious player status, is directly under my control.
All right.
So, these two are the biggest markets for us.
Right.
Bangalore, we have a management team which is operating from Delhi, but they are also running the operations there. But having said that, a Bhubaneswar or a Cuttack or a Rourkela or a Guwahati or a Kanpur or a Patna, we would have to have the right partners.
Correct.
And you not only about identifying, but also continuously working along with them. So we don't have some great intranet, or we don't use major technology, but today I think as Indians we are very receptive to using WhatsApp and groups and stuff like this. So every day the group has some update or the other on what is happening. Cross Salon sharings are there. So what is being launched in Delhi, what is being launched in Bombay, what are the best practices, what are good marketing initiatives done in some other state, which can be shared onto the group. And that's the fastest way to respond.
Right.
Now we can't force anybody to see it. We only keep trying and educating, and I see response happening. I might not get 100% response, but at least people read.
Correct.
Now we request them to implement. We can't force our way to implement, but I think the more visible we are, the more action it creates. And slowly we are seeing people adapting to it as the younger generation. So my franchise partner in X city, his son is now into the business. He's more receptive than the father is.
Right.
So younger generation is wanting to bring in change.
Correct.
So those things are positive for the business.
Right,
Yeah.
and they're required as well. With
Very, very required.
Yes.
Yeah.
So since you mentioned technology, and I've been wanting to ask this as well,
Sure.
so does Looks have a very aggressive digital strategies, campaigns going on? And we do see a lot of artificial intelligence popping up, especially
Yes.
in beauty industry. So we have, especially for the brands who are product oriented, they offer a lot of these AR filters, etc. Even salons, for that matter, of how a particular hair color would look on me, right? So is Looks planning to go into that, or are you aware of any such strategies or any such new age technologies coming up that you would be very happy to blend in your business with?
Oh yes, definitely. I think again I'll split this question into three things that we've done.
Right.
Beauty tech, as I call it, is very important.
Right.
And beauty tech, we're happy that we've announced partnerships with young entrepreneurs, young smart people like all of you who are here, and people who are watching this or will listen to this podcast.
Right.
Some very smart beauty tech partnerships. We have one with Luzo, which is an aggregator, and you must download if you've not downloaded it. It's a great
Right.
deal, for people. It's a young startup, 3 years old, but doing extremely well. Birla Institute of Technology and Science startup, which is called Try My Style. These are very smart mirrors which are there, which
Alright.
answers your question, where it can help you diagnose the kind of haircut you want
Exactly.
or the color before you actually go in.
Exactly.
So those things are being tested, and yes, we are adapting them very fast.
Right.
We are also a mentoring ground for young startup brands, D2C brands who want to come into the physical space. Of course, they've cracked internet, or they've not been able to crack internet, but they've not realized. They're now beginning to realize that the physical space is also very important, because Indian consumers touch, feel, experience there. So we are doing something in all the aspects. And I think most of our partnerships are very successful. It also gives us a good platform to help young, smart technology startups or product startups come into the bad world of physical, as I call it, and learn through us and partner through us, because we give them the scale of 250 salons in one shot across 54 cities.
Right.
And we help them not make mistakes. And mistakes are very expensive. So we teach them that, look, this is what you do, this is what you do, this is what you do.
Right.
And technology will come into play, and it's important for us to adapt. If we have younger audiences like you, which are the next generation of consumers that we want into the salon. So Looks has just announced a millennial salon brand called Looks Neo in Delhi, because that's where the headquarters of the company are.
Correct.
And it's going to be a very smart technology-led salon, and of course the colors are going to be very different, the furniture is going to be very different. It's not the place where your mom would like to or you would like to follow. You want to create your own identity. So we've realized that the youth of India, we've got to create something for them. So youth of India is very technology forward. But yes, of course, a lot of time has to be given to the person who's going to cut your hair. So it can't be just technology. We Indians do not, we can't have, like, we've got bookings on application, but we don't get bookings. Because the lady wants to call up and on the telephone discuss with the manager, मेरा pedicurist है कि नहीं है, मेरा head अच्छा मेरा वो भी करवा देना, अच्छा मैं 10:30 बजे नहीं 11 बजे आऊँगी. All these things, that interaction is very important.
Right.
For the audiences which today come into the salon.
Correct.
We have technology, we're bringing in, like, all these three things are there, and some very exciting steps are coming up further, where consultation, trying the style before actually going in for it, okay, and of course smarter use of social media. How can you look at trends which appeal to the right audience, not just jumping onto the bandwagon, but creating your own trends which audiences follow. So I think that is going to happen, and not just at Looks, across the beauty industry. People are going to adapt it. We've got some great partnerships with L'Oreal. L'Oreal is an industry leader, and L'Oreal has a lot of technology which they keep sharing with us. But we all take the precaution of not making a hairdresser an engineer.
Right, fair.
That's very important.
Since it's a very service-oriented industry.
So you got to do that. You can't over-engineer it. There has to be that smart human play. But diagnosis, before, after on an iPad, a smart mirror, all these things are coming into play.
Right. and
Yeah.
people are very open to trying such new things because they are very curious about to know themselves a little more.
And
right?
also there's also leadership, because when you show this, the consumer today starts to believe in it
Right.
and respects you as an industry leader. I'm coming to looks because looks is doing 1, 2, 3 things which are futuristic.
Right.
And that we have, any leader, any category leader has to do that. It has to adopt best practices, it has to adopt thought leadership initiatives, and that's how some of them will be investment, but that's okay. As leaders, we need to invest, and that's how you keep your market share ahead of others.
Wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful. We've had some very good answers, of course, answered by the visionary CEO of Look Salon. So we'll have quick rapid fire round with you, sir. I'll be shooting
So I'm
up
going to take a break with
questions.
water and then
Yeah.
get ready for rapid fire. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I'll be shooting up some questions. You have to be as quick as you
Okay.
can, all right? And be unfiltered as much as you can, right? So, all right, I'll start. Your definition of luxury in 3 words?
I think luxury is craft, luxury is time, and luxury is today's luxury is not about wearing the brand on top of your sleeve. It is all about slow luxury, and
All
it's all
right.
about. So I think it's a combination of all these 3 things.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we have craft, time, and a little bit slowness. Okay, wonderful. One beauty trend you wish would disappear?
I think filters.
Wonderful.
Today you need to. You be real. I mean,
Right.
if you got acne, if you got pigmentation, so what? And if you, there's nothing like a body shame anymore. I think you have to be real.
Wonderful.
And that's what I respect, and that's what I always encourage, including me. Of course, you have to be a little conscious, but you can't be. I don't believe in that. Thing.
Wonderful answer. Any hard decision that you had to make as a CEO?
Oh, I think CEOs always end up taking a lot of hard decisions.
Okay.
Yes, I made mistakes also, and I acknowledge them in an open environment. But the fact is that you don't have to make, you need to cut losses immediately. You need, because if your promoters or if your supporters are, or if your company does not support you with innovation or ability to take experiments, you will never learn the hard way. But I think the idea is not to repeat these mistakes.
Right.
I have had some tough calls which have been taken professionally. I think COVID taught us a lot of new things.
Right.
It changed the whole beauty game. So yes, I think. But today, like I said, you have to be conscious on running a profitable company. While growth is important, but markets like Bombay are very expensive to
Right.
make mistakes in. So you have to do a very calibrated growth, is what I
You
say.
have to be strategic. Right.
Yes.
All right. If not beauty and wellness or FMCG, which industry would you be?
I would have started a podcast, but it's too late now. No, I'm just kidding. I would have, it's my ambition to run a boutique hotel.
Boutique hotel.
Yeah,
Interesting.
so maybe a 100-room, if 100 is boutique, yeah, or a 75 to 100-room hotel where I could believe in a lot of personalization with the guests, with the workforce, and run hospitality. Because I enjoy doing that and creating
Right.
experiences for my
All right,
customers.
all right.
Yeah.
Wonderful. One last question. One non-negotiable skill in beauty industry.
I think, and the beauty services industry, I'll break it up into 2. In the product side, non-negotiable is efficacy and relevance to the Indian consumer. We cannot. I'm not against any foreign brand, but I think as we mature, its products have to have relevance to the Indian conditions and to the Indian
Right.
consumer needs, whether it's hair, skins, nails, or whatever. And as far as the service is concerned, we need to respect the consumer. We need to give a very strong listening ear to the customer, what
Right.
really she is looking for or he is looking for. Today, in our over eagerness, we don't listen to the consumer, because if we don't listen properly and consult properly, we can't create excellence. So I
Right.
think these 2 things which I'd like to give to product companies and to
And
service
services.
companies.
So we have efficacy and we have the power to listening to the
Yes.
consumers.
Very, very
Wonderful.
important.
Wonderful. Sir, I really want to know that before we wrap this up, what advice do you have for students at NMIMS? And
Sure.
we would be having a lot of audience watching this. To excel in any industry, you yourself have a very rich experience of two major industries and major powerhouses of brands as well. So yeah, what advices would you like to give us?
So I think first of all, let me acknowledge that being in NMIMS is already, you've entered a very prestige institution, and you're a very bright kid. Sorry if I can call you kids, very bright student, I must say. There is a definite spark in you. That's why you're here in this prestigious college. Now, I think today you guys are blessed because there's a lot of data which is available.
Right.
If you're in marketing is all about emotions and storytelling.
Right.
I personally believe if you use data smartly and translate it into nice stories for your consumer, and you bring in the emotive side of it, you will create purchase decisions in whatever category of brand you lead, whether it's a FMCG brand or it's a services brand or it's anything else. So I think use data, use it meticulously, use it smartly, but don't forget that Indians are emotional people, and so if you marry storytelling with data, I think you're a success formula.
Wonderful.
Yeah?
Wonderful. All right. It was lovely to hear your thoughts.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah, thank you so much for giving us some real inside look of this fragmented competitive industry. You've very well pointed out how connecting with the audience, how understanding your customers as well as efficacy is important, and how you tell a story to your customers is also important. For everyone listening, if you've loved the chat, please share it with your marketing gang. We would be very happy to have a large audience coming in for Beyond the Brand. Until next time, keep hustling, keep branding. Good day, everyone.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.